Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan. Voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay Atenista, sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng pera. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero sugo, todo sa kayod, tulong at tulong. Lipad na Blue Eagle, galing giting at gigil, blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan.
Personages in the Ateneo. Atin Yan, Atin Yan, Ateneo Yan, Atin Yan. Fly high, Blue Eagle flying. Radyo Katipunan. News, insights, inspiration. Radyo Katipunan. Down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle. Atin Yan. Catch the latest news about the latest happenings in and around the Ateneo. Atin Yan. Be in the know and get to know persons and personages in the Ateneo. Atin Yan. Atin Yan. Ateneo Yan. Atin Yan. Fly high, Blue Eagle fly.
2:03 in the afternoon. Today is Monday, the 23rd day of September. At we are coming to you live as usual dito lang po sa Jestcom Studios sa loob ng Ateneo de Manila University. And welcome sa ating talakayan ng lahat ng mga pangyayari dito sa loob ng pamantasang Ateneo de Manila. Welcome to
Atin Yan.
Atin Yan. Atin Yan. Ateneo Yan. Atin Yan. Fly high, Blue Eagle fly.
At magandang hapon mga kapatid at ako po si Mr. Cholo Mallilin from the Loyola Schools.
Yeah.
Once again joining you for this afternoon's program.
Yes, at ako naman po dahil sinabi mo may Mr. Di Mr.
Nakutuan
Din
naman
ako.
ako.
Oo, Mr.
Ayan.
Yeah. Chris Castillo po mula sa Loyola Schools, and good afternoon and thank you for joining us dito po sa Atin Yan right here on Radio Katipunan 87.9.
Yeah, and we have a very busy week as usual dito sa Ateneo because, September, usually pa mga Burr months, medyo nag-gain na ng momentum ang
Yes.
ating university when it comes to
We become-
the big activities, the big events that happen all around school.
That's right.
We'll be giving you a glimpse of what is to come. It's going to be a big week for our young brother Eaglets from the
Yes.
Ateneo Grade School because they will be celebrating their annual Feast of the Guardian Angels.
That's right. No? So mamaya magre-reminisce po kami ng kaunti ni Cholo na ano ba yung mga pinagagawa natin noon
Yes.
na sana pwede pa rin gawin ngayon. No? Diyan sa,
Ayan, so it's going to be a fun week. And of course, we also already started some very important activities for the university. Like last week, we had our convocation, our special academic convocation.
That's right. No? Well,
Ayan.
that was technically 2 weeks ago.
Was it 2 weeks ago?
Oo, ang bilis na eh, no?
Oo nga.
We had our post-event meeting last week kasi.
Ayun, kaya pala. O nga pala, Monday ka pala ngayon.
Oo.
So, medyo na-lost
Feeling
track
natin,
ako.
di ba? Parang, kasi nga ang dami ng kaganapan, no? So, hopefully in a future episode of Atin Yan, we'll have someone from the committee, no? If talk about the special academic convocation
Or even an award.
or even an awardee, no? So sana.
So pinlano natin yan. Hopefully one of the very important awardees who we bestowed a special, ano bang tawag din sa mga awards na yan? Parang degree yan, di ba?
Well, yes, we award a degree.
Oo.
And then some others are mga parangal lang talaga, no, para sa kanilang accomplishments and contributions in their fields.
Ayan.
But speaking of awardees, kapatid,
Yes.
so today we also have we have two artists with us together with the executive director of the Ateneo Art Gallery.
Yes.
Or director.
Director? Ayan.
And Chief Curator, right? I
And we
stand corrected.
Yeah, very good. And we are
I
talking
stand
about itong the 16th edition na pala, no? The 16th edition of a very prestigious award, the Ateneo Art Awards. Tama ba? Ayun. So, the Ateneo Art Awards, there have been calls already and several nominations for very special entries to join for this year in particular. And it's a very important recognition. We as a university are partnered with several other institutions to actually select the best in, I guess, the arena of the arts. And this year, we have two of our awardees. Both of them are already have been awarded. Tama
They're
ba?
part of the shortlist.
Part of the shortlist, and one is an
Shortlist.
awardee. Okay, so we are going to be finding out more about the Ateneo Art Awards from none other than the... Ipakilala na ba natin?
Yeah, pakilala na natin ang
Okay.
ating mga guests. All right, so we'll begin with, again, the director and chief curator of the Ateneo Art Gallery. We've had her here before, I think
Yes.
sometime last year.
Almost a year ago.
Yeah, almost a year ago. We have with us Miss Maria Victoria, but everyone calls her lovingly Boots Herrera.
Boots Herrera.
Yeah, meron. Ay, hindi na narinig din naman Boots yun. Ang dami nagpapalakpakan for you.
Yes.
Good afternoon. So thank you for having us again. It has been a year ago since
Yeah.
we were here.
That's right.
So we're happy that Radyo Katipunan gives focus also to the Ateneo Art Awards. So as Cholo has said, it's our 16th year.
16th.
Technically for the Ateneo Art Awards, but for the Purita Kalaw-Ledesma Prizes in art criticism, it's our 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6th year.
16th.
Yeah.
It's a younger
Kasi it started
award.
in 2014.
24.
So, and along the way, for the Purita Kalaw-Ledesma Prizes in art criticism, we first started with one winner, and then now we have two winners because we have two publication partners already. Being the Philippine Star, for which Mariah Reodica is the winner this year, and then the other publication partner is the Art Asia Pacific magazine, which is an international magazine.
Yeah.
But for the visual arts, we have every year since it started, I think, no, it would have 12 shortlisted exhibits focusing on by a contemporary artist who is below 36 years of age. So yun yung pinaka requirement, and the exhibit should have taken place within a 1-year period. And on the average, we would get 80 to 90 nominations.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's quite
80
a
to
lot.
90.
Oo. That's not including double nominations, no? So we collate it, and then we end up with, like, I think for this year we got 83 or 84. So being shortlisted, being part of the 12 shortlist is already
Is in
quite
itself
a distinction.
That's right. Wow.
In fact, it was very difficult to come up with a 12 there were several, more than 12 exhibitions that were very strong, really. So, but
we
we're
had
happy
to
with the
choose 12 talaga.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'd like to point out na this particular year, what was interesting also is, first we have a printmaking, no,
Okay.
which is which would not often be part of the art awards, is included. Henrielle being her exhibition is actually a series of monoprints, and then another artist shortlisted was is Roniel Compra, who also made sort of a big print of a house. So I'm inviting the listeners to visit the Ateneo Art Awards exhibit ongoing now, the third floor galleries, because it's a very interesting group of works that you will see.
And the exhibit, ma'am, is ongoing only until a portion of October. Is that
Yes,
right?
it will end on October 27.
27.
So, and
we
we're
have a little
open
over
every
a month na lang
Sundays,
left.
no? So that's a good time to visit Ateneo if
Yes.
you're afraid of traffic. We're open on Sundays 9 to 5. Mondays lang kami close.
Yes.
Ayan.
Black Mondays.
Let's give them some due recognition. Those the 12 shortlisted artists for the Ateneo Art Awards Fernando Zóbel Prizes for Visual Arts. They are Zian Cabangis for the exhibit Somewhere Anywhere. Ayan, that is was originally featured in the Art Informal in Makati. And then we have Leslie Ann Cow for the exhibit The Secretary, a Landscape, exhibited first in the Cultural Center of the Philippines.
Yes.
Wow.
And then
Okay.
our third shortlister is Keb Cerda, right, for Super Nardo and False Prophets.
Profits.
Oo.
Ayan.
Yes. Which was first shown, exhibited in San Francisco, USA. All right. Next,
Pwede rin pala yun, no?
Pwede rin.
Basta Filipino yung artist, no?
Filipino artist under 36 or younger.
Yes.
36.
No,
Sayang.
below 36 actually. So,
Below, so
36 na, hindi
Hindi
pwede.
napasok. So 35 and 11 months.
Nice.
Sayang hindi tayo umabot. Kaka 37 mo lang.
Oo nga eh. Hindi ako
Hindi na bale, hindi na bale.
And then ito,
Correct.
this is one of the newer, ito nga parang it's a print exhibit. This is Roniel Compra for Luta. Tama ba yan? Luta, imprint of Lola Masyang's house in Forest for the Trees. Ayan, first exhibited in the Fundación Sanso. Okay? And, yan, meron
And si,
this looks interesting.
nagamit naka-interact ko na itong artwork na to yung doctor, no? So it's like in Filipino, karayom, alright. Isla Inip in 2018, 13 artists awards, alright,
Okay.
no? Which was also exhibited in the Cultural Center of the Philippines. So point out ko lang, it's like a board game.
It's interactive.
It's a large-scale board game. No? Parang snakes and ladders, I
I'd like
guess,
to see this.
is the best way to describe it. No? May 2 large dice, right? Ang nakalagay ay bukas ngayon at ano ba yun? May tatlong, parang, well, it's just basically telling you to move forward or backward.
Okay.
Pero ang tama ba, Ma'am Boots? Technically, it's a depressing game.
Because?
Yeah.
Bakit?
You will, there's no winning.
Not meant- Oh, wow.
Oo, so may reflection talaga dapat after you play it, no? Parang
But quite realistic of what's happening
in
now.
society.
So, yun yung approach ni Dr. Karayom kasi very pinaglalaruan niya,
Yeah.
pero actually in the end matatamaan ka. Ganun talaga. Ganun, ito yung nangyayari.
Bakit ganito ang buhay?
Interesting.
Nasa third floor ba ito?
Nasa second floor lobby.
Second floor lobby. ng
Okay.
arts. And then
Other shortlisted entries are JC Jacinto's A Crack in Everything. Ayan, from the Art Informal in Makati. We have Liliana Manahan, Frame in the Garden of Earthly Delights. This is very interesting. Parang this spaceship egg thing. Yan.
Mga ano yan, blown glass.
Blown glass.
Which
It's
is the
glass.
first time where we've included work done in that material. I think yun nga yung gusto kong i-point out din, yung mga galleries kasi parang mas open na ngayon.
Yes.
Dun sa
Iba't ibang mediums
craft-based
talaga.
practice, which is a very strong direction among contemporary artists.
Wow, okay.
Ito.
This looks like an installation art.
Yes, no. Krista Nogueras, the Lake Predicament, those are actually snakes.
Really?
Oo. Made of
totoo?
ceramic.
Ceramic snakes. No? But
Snakes.
realistic enough to give you a chill.
Actually, yes.
Parang wow.
Tapos this next one looks like it's outside the building. Itong lupang hinirang in 2018 13 Artist Awards ni Archie Oclos.
Yes.
Part of that is actually outside dito sa
The largest
sa side nung amphitheater, so
That's
you'd
right.
see it.
But parang from what I understand when I saw it, the first sequences or segments of the artwork is on the third floor. All right, and then makikita mo na yung istorya doon eh. Then it ends supposedly dyan, no? And you'll know why that is the way it is. It's a covered body.
Oo nga. Yeah,
Diba?
right. Mukha siyang ano.
So bakit kaya ganon? Kaya pumunta po kayo, lalo na kung Sunday, walang traffic, sabi nga ni Ma'am Boots. Right, and then next,
We have Jel Suarez, object reader from Mo Space, and Constantino Ziccarelli, which is a familiar name to me. I don't know why. Constantino Ziccarelli, Years of Dust. Constantino, there you go. Years of Dust will build a mountain out of the Art Informal in Makati. And one last entry, hinuli natin ito because she is here, the artist is here.
Yes.
We'd like to welcome to the show to tell us more about her exhibit, Timestamps, from the Finale Art File. Please welcome on the show Miss Henrielle Baltazar Pagkaliwangan. Henrielle talaga ang tawag sa'yo?
Yes.
Ayan, Henrielle. Hi. And you are from Cavite. Ayan, okay, taga Cavite ka.
Southerner din pa si
Ano ang
Henrielle.
kwentuhan mo kami ng konti, Henrielle, on yung background mo sa art? Ikaw ba ay formally trained? Nag-fine arts ka?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nung high school, I went to Philippine High School for the Arts.
Nice, sa Makiling.
Yeah,
Okay,
Makiling.
yes,
So,
yes.
doon nag-start. Pero before, hindi ko pa siya nakita as a career talaga. Parang hobby-hobby lang, ganun.
Okay.
Tapos nung kailangan na mamili ng course sa college, I thought, why not push it up, magtuloy ng fine arts. So,
wow.
sa UP.
UP, nice, fine arts. And ang napili mong parang medium is pen and ink, tama ba? At saka watercolor.
For this, usually yung works ko are on paper. So yung madalas kong ginagamit na medium ay pen and ink and watercolor. Pero for this, yung shortlisted na
itong,
show,
timestamp.
those are prints.
Prints. So the
Handful.
process is you actually have to create the ano ba tawag dito? Yung parang
The
mold-
image.
right?
On a piece of plastic, this
Okay.
plastic sheet, plexiglass. So dun yung image, tapos ilalagay mo ng ink, then you run it through the intaglio press.
Wow, okay.
So the pressure transfers the image on the paper.
Oo, tas yun, whatever. Pero ito, may konting color siya. No?
Yeah, oo nga,
Yes.
no?
Kasi yung kagandahan ng printmaking, you can repeat the image over and over.
Okay.
Kasi andun na yung meron kang plate.
Right. Oo.
So you can make variations. So a single image can go a long way. So might as well make variations on the color.
Yeah.
So those prints are actually two to three layers. So first layer is the color, then the second layer is the image, the CC.
outline.
Yes, the outline.
All right. And for this particular entry, yung timestamps, ano yung concept behind it?
Kasi
Bakit
member
timestamp? Oo.
Kasi member din ako ng Association of Pinoy Printmakers or AP.
Oh, okay.
It's located sa CCP complex. Tapos sa labas ng studio namin may view of the Manila Bay.
Okay.
So
those are scenes
Yes.
of Manila Bay.
So just outside the studio. So pag break namin, we go out to see. Ganon. So para siyang collective na memory for
kaya rin
everyone.
you also try to capture the different times of the day.
Yes.
Kumbaga.
So parang naisip ko rin, since yun nga, yung kagandahan ng print is a single image, you can repeat a single image. Parang naisip ko siya na parallel dun sa single view na nakikita namin. But each minute, parang nagpapalit siya ng weather, season, sunset, depende sa time of the day. So parang naisip ko, pwedeng paglaruan yung idea na yun.
It's the same but not.
Yeah, it's the same but not.
And then our viewers on Facebook can see photos of the artworks of Henrielle right now. So
Talaga?
yes. So ayan. Oh, di ba?
Ganda.
Only from Atin Yan at Radyo Katipunan, di ba? It's both a visual medium para tayong art gallery, multimedia rin.
Wow.
Oh, pero yan, no?
So all of these frames that you see here, parang they're the same scene?
Yes.
Tama ba? Meron bang change?
Captured throughout different times of the day.
Kaya
From morning to
times.
evening.
Oo. Amazing.
So how many, sorry, I couldn't count it properly, no? But
Those
how
are
many?
30 Mona prints.
30.
3-0.
Wow.
I actually made more.
Okay.
Those are, I selected.
Yun na yung
Yeah.
shortlisted din.
How did you go from traditional painted on a canvas to printmaking, Henrielle? Ano yung creative process na pinagdaanan mo na para nainganyo kang pumasok into
Well, since
printmaking?
yun nga, mahilig ako sa works on paper kasi malinis siya. And ang tingin, parang para sa akin, ang kaibahan niya sa canvas. Kasi pag sa canvas, pwede ka magpatong ng color ng paint. But with paper, delicate siya and fragile. So, hindi mo siya pwedeng i-overwork. So actually, the paper tells me when to stop.
Right.
Kaya ako siya nagustuhan. And then, yun, lagi kong ginagawa talaga na work ay with pen and ink and watercolor. Pero naisip ko nga, mag-try din ng print para nga kasi hindi mapaglaruan ko yung isang image na makagawa ko ng variations na hindi ko magagawa sa drawing. Kasi kung iisa-isahin ko siya i-drawing, it won't be the same with...
Yeah, it won't be the same thing exactly, no? I like the philosophy that goes behind the artworks. Tsaka
Actually, ako, you were saying, go ahead. Tapos yung muna yung thought.
Yan, and yung parang, nagustuhan ko yung part na yun, hindi mo siya pwedeng what was the word that you used?
Overwork.
Sisira
Tama ba? Oo.
Parang buhay din no?
Tama.
May tamang pagtansya ng paggamit, I guess.
Just very recently, I became a fan of this show which I watch on YouTube. I-mention ko na lang din, it's called Portrait Artist of the Year. So I don't know if you know of the series na parang all they do is talagang they just do portraits of different subjects, mga celebrities, they make portraits of it. There was one contestant na print ang ginawa niya. So lahat ng mga tao nagpipaint or nagdodraw. Yung isa gumagawa ng
plate.
Gumagawa siya ng plate out of making a portrait out of a plate. So nagtataka yung mga tao, ano kaya yung mga ginugupit niya, yung mga ganun. Tapos when he started printing, ang ganda ng lumabas. So parang it's a revelation also for me that there is a certain form of creativity and expression in a static image na pwede mong i-manipulate and come out with ayan, appreciate ko yung craft mo.
Ang galing.
Ayan. At meron palang grupo sa Pilipinas talaga na ito ng kanilang
printmakers.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the Association of Pinoy Printmakers? Sinong mga who make these up?
Pinoy
Printmakers Association of the Philippines. Started, if I may, 1948.
Wow.
50 years ago.
Wow.
1968.
1968.
And it actually was founded by Manuel Rodriguez Sr., who we consider as the father of contemporary Philippine printmaking. And from there, a number of artists have adopted this particular technique. One of them being our
awardee last year sa Gawat ang Law ng Lahi.
Yes.
Wow.
He actually was one of the first students of Mang Maning in a very informal way because he was not enrolled in his classes. He would just go to his studios. So for a very long time, PAP has been moving from one workshop to another, and sometime in the mid-90s, in 1995, the Cultural Center of the Philippines, upon the request, no, suggestion of Pandy himself, if he requested if CCP could give PAP a permanent space, permanent home. Kasi ang hirap nung printmakers kasi they need access to the equipment.
Okay.
And that's what PAP has been doing. Kaya lang, wala silang permanent space, no, for a long time.
Okay.
They were using residences of artist members, so very, walang continuity. Now, since 1995, CCP has been
Providing that space and equipment.
Not the equipment. The equipment
just the
was
space.
already with PAP.
Okay.
Kaya yun ang problema, may equipment sila pero walang workshop
permanent space.
And since then, they have been visiting printmakers from overseas and then holding workshops. They've actually held a number of workshops here with us.
Yeah.
So I think a few years ago, the name was changed. It became Association of Pinoy Printmakers. A/P.
Yeah.
Kasi that's what they also use to refer to artist proof. So parang may connection sa printmaking.
May play even in the terminologies.
It's a very interesting process, and it's also sana it's something that we can feature some more maybe sa art gallery. I know I've seen prints before
in
the art
relation
gallery,
to
right?
that, I also want to invite our listeners to visit another ongoing exhibition titled Printed, which was curated by Pandy Aviado. It's actually it features many of the works from the print collection of Ateneo Art Gallery. So it will give you a better understanding of printmaking, the basic techniques, and in fact, it's we would consider it as older than painting, because it was first introduced to us through map making, printing of books, prayer books. So yung Doctrina Christiana, of course, is the first printed book in the Philippines. So that actually predates yung mga paintings.
Wow.
Painting came much later. So, and it's indigenous also. Merong indigenous roots ang printmaking.
Wow. So, ma'am, that exhibit is located where right now?
It's you can see it at the second floor gallery, the Wilson C. Prints and Drawings Gallery.
Yan. So, ang daming pwedeng abangan, no?
And Henrielle, aside from becoming part of the shortlist for this year's Ateneo Art Gallery, we'd also like to acknowledge na this isn't your first run at awards. Congratulations for previous prizes you've won.
Such as?
Oh, sige.
Yeah. So, Henrielle won the grand prize in the Don Papa Rum art competition, which granted her a 1-month residency in Florence, Italy.
Wow.
Wow. Aba, si Don Papa Rum pala yung nagpapaganito, no? Alright. Umiinom ka rin nun.
Yeah. Very good, very good.
When you were past 18 naman, di ba? Yun important. Alright.
You won this award?
You can join the competition if you're 21.
I see.
Yeah. Okay.
But you're already out of college when you won this award, or? Okay.
Was it last year? 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. You graduated 2015.
Yes.
At paano mo naman ginamit ang iyong 1-month residency sa Florence, Italy? Akala ko nag-aral ka pa lang ng bagong. Ayan.
Namang ka.
Oo nga naman. Pag nasa Italy ka, diba?
Nag-ipon siya inspiration.
Yes.
And then, her work has been exhibited in both solo and group exhibitions, right, in various countries, of course, nandito sa Philippines, but also in Indonesia and Taiwan. Grabe.
Of the 12 shortlisted entries, ma'am, when will we find out who are the actual awardees?
Actually, we already had the awarding in August 18. So among the 12 that you mentioned, we selected 3 winners were selected. But before getting there, we actually had a day-long parang meeting with the 12 shortlisted artists. So each artist was requested to meet with the jurors.
Ayan.
Ito sila, Yan, nakikita niyo sa Facebook.
So, hindi ko alam ano yung experience ni Henrielle, pero tingin ko parang feeling nila nasa thesis deliberation sila ulit. Kasi they were given 30 minutes each. And then at the end of the day, the panel of jurors selected 3 winners. So, all equal So, sila Archie Oclos, Keb Seb, Cerda. By the way, yung work ni Keb Cerda, interactive din to. You can download an app.
Yes.
And it's actually a game, a video game.
A video, para siyang may pagka
Parang
Super Mario.
Super Mario.
Pero kaya Super Nardo.
Super Nardo. Okay.
Ayan yung mga
and then,
stages. Who's the third?
Okay, I forgot. Si Cicarelli's the other winners. So all of them, the three of them were invited each by our residency partners for next year.
Wow.
Feeling ko toy collector itong si Cicarelli.
Alamin natin.
Nakikita natin sa mga groups na
let's dig deeper.
If I may also talk more about Henrielle's parang practice, because I've known her since she was in school. Remember, we had a project, your class and my class had a project together. So my students curated their exhibit. So I've been familiar with her practice, and I was quite surprised. Well, although hindi rin, when I saw her print show sa finale. Kasi nga very interesting yung concept. It's basically, it's quite simple in a way, pero very complex din yung process and yung mode of thinking.
Yes.
So, pero ang natutuwa ako sa trabaho niya kasi yung very detailed na small drawings, parang nagka-catalog siya ng mga objects that you see around by drawing them. So, and I've seen a number of her works in the past. So, itong set of prints na to, time stamps, was not her usual.
It's a deviation
practice.
From your usual
pero
art.
Very graphic pa rin yung treatment, which was quite interesting.
Nice. Nasa lahi niyo ba ang pagiging artist?
Ako lang.
Ikaw lang. Alright. As in, walang namana mula kay mommy or daddy?
Hindi.
Wow. But they are supportive naman. You'd say they've been supportive.
I think marami namang stories sa fine arts na at first talaga.
It starts out with some apprehensions from the family.
Pero I think kinakabahan lang sila for the future sa trabaho. Kasi hindi nila alam kung paano gumagalaw yung scene.
Pero ngayon, look at me now, mom. Diba? Alright.
So congratulations, the three winners of the Fernando Zóbel Prize for Visual Arts. They will be eligible for International Artist Residency Grants. Tama, no? And this is funded by the Ateneo Art Gallery, of course, with its partner institutions, La Trobe University in Bendigo, Australia, the Artisan Gallery Plus Studio in Singapore, and the Liverpool Hope University in the United Kingdom. So congratulations. That's quite an honor and a responsibility, I guess, because they just have to be, keep on creating and all of that. All right. So of course, aside from the visual arts, the Ateneo Art Awards also has also recognized how should I say it? Parang contributions in writing and also in publication. All right. So the Purita Kalaw-Ledesma Prize in Art Criticism was also given
for the Philippine Star.
That's right.
Kasi dalawa yung partners natin.
Okay. Was also given out in line with the Ateneo Art Awards, and we have with us the winner, one of the winners of the Purita Kalaw-Ledesma Prize in Art Criticism for the Philippine Star, and
we have with us Miss Mariah Reodica.
Ayan.
Palakpakan mo si Mariah. Hi, Mariah. Her essay that won the award is titled Saltwater Trajectories. Bisan tubig di magbalon. Tama?
Okay.
And Viva Ex-Con as cartographer. Okay. These are two. Or there's just one?
The main exhibit of the Biennale, Viva Ex-Con.
I see. All right.
We'll show some pictures of the exhibits that Mariah actually wrote about. So Mariah is a media archivist, filmmaker, and a musician. Wow, galing all around, very well balanced.
Pwede natin imbitahan si Mariah sa Himig Ateneo. Kasi you're now part of the Ateneo community.
Nice.
Why
She
not?
graduated cum laude with a Bachelor of Arts in Film, also from the University of the Philippines, Diliman, and studied under the Faculty of Policy Studies at Chuo University in Tokyo.
Tokyo.
Nice.
Her
Okay.
non-education, I like how that's put, non-education as a guitarist, so which means not formally trained.
Uwido ka.
Uwido. Ayan. Informs her practices of writing and filmmaking as well, right? And she has had residencies at the Asia Culture Center in Gwangju and the Japan Institute of the Moving Image, right? She has also played her music in tours around the Philippines, Japan, Bangkok, and Singapore, and is currently working on the sophomore record of her band, The Buildings. So you have a band.
Yep.
All right. And you're the guitarist
Yes.
and vocalist, or?
Yes, and
And
vocalist.
vocalist. Okay, we'll talk more about that. Right?
Pero
So,
una, your accomplishment as the winner for the Purita Kalaw-Ledesma Prize in Art Criticism. How did you translate, I guess, your degree? Because parang,
film.
you finished a degree in film, pero you became an art critic. How did that happen?
Well, actually, I've been writing then for a long time, also publishing in the Philippine Star. And I think it just naturally comes together, given my background in film, that actually informs how I see visual art also. And also my background in writing about music and being a music journalist, because that was how I started out. They're both about being in the thick of it and really being on the ground to experience what's going on. And I see that sort of translating your experience to get the people reading it to experience what you saw. But in art criticism as well, there's that other layer of like conveying what the exhibit was supposed to be and also assessing that. Ayun.
For example, itong unang exhibit that you actually wrote about, yung Bisan Tubig Di Magbalon. Is that, what dialect is that?
ano nga?
Hiligay nun.
Hiligay, no?
All right, so it's saltwater trajectories. Ayan, we're showing it on Facebook. Oh, interesting. What is the medium of this particular exhibit? Parang hindi ko lang ma-figure out if it's like mixed media or...
The one you just showed was embroidery by Olivia. The name was on the tip of my tongue. Pero, huh? Not sure. Olivia Gloria from Bacolod. So she's one of the baguettes artists from there. But basically, this exhibit kasi, it's in Capiz City. Really beautiful place. So, background ng Viva XCon is the oldest biennale in the Philippines.
Okay.
So, it goes around Visayas. Every year, it's in a different city. Last year, it was in Capiz, Rojas. And kasi when you have exhibitions of this scale, dami talaga yung dumaya from Manila, from the rest of the Philippines, from Visayas, from abroad. It also has to answer the question of yung space pa lang, saan kayo mag-exhibit. So Rojas, for Viva XCon sa Rojas, they set up a huge exhibition sa Civic Center. So it was a basketball court.
Ito yun, kaya parang ang laki ng venue.
But they also had exhibits sa Water Tank Museum and different spaces around Rojas. So it was really exciting to be there, but I chose to focus on this exhibit in particular.
So the Viva XCon is something that is held parang nationwide?
Within Visayas lang po.
Sa Visayas sila. Ano? Why is it called such? Parang Viva XCon?
It's actually Visayan Visual Arts Exhibition and Conference.
And conference.
So this was started, this began in the late 80s, if I'm not mistaken, and they're celebrating the 20th edition next year.
In Bacolod.
In Bacolod. So it's going back to Bacolod. So the main proponents of this Biennale are the group of Charlie Co. Pee Wee Roldan was included there, but now Pee Wee Roldan was actually the director of the last Viva XCon. That's why he brought it home to his province, hometown in Rojas City. So umiikot 'yon, no, ng iba-ibang Visayan cities or hosts. So it's good to watch out for the 2020 edition because it's going to be very bigger because it's the 20th edition.
And these are also Visayan artists of Philippines.
The focus is really the artists from the Visayas region, but they also invite artists from Manila and foreign artists. Siguro what I want to ask also of Mariah was, why did you decide to write on it? Kasi the writing prize, the way it goes, we identify exhibitions that writers could write about.
Okay.
No? So hindi siya parang free for all. We from the start, from when we start the call for entries, we already have a listing of exhibitions, and we really wanted, yes, and we included Viva XCon as part of that. So my question siguro to Mariah was, why did you decide to write about that particular event?
Well, for my practice, I think it's important to keep up with movements happening outside of Manila. Kasi I was born in Manila, I grew up in Manila. Pero there's so many interesting movements happening outside. And kasi pag nasa Manila lang ako, it's easy to stay here for the rest of my life and be comfortable in this small location. Pero it's really important, or it's also very enriching to my own practice to be able to see what's going on outside. So, kunyari, I stayed in Baguio then for a few months. I stayed doon naman sa Baguio, I was archiving yung mini DV footage ni Tatay Kidlat Tahimik.
Okay.
So I was able to also see a lot of the art scene there, pati sa Cordy. And then,
I've been there to the, yung di ba he has a place somewhere in Session?
yeah, yung Ililikha or Vocas?
Yes, Ililikha.
Ayun.
The theater, di ba? He made it.
Sobrang saya doon.
That's right.
And so ayun, we're also in Visayas. So matagal ko nang narinig yung Viva XCon. So I really made it a point na ilang months ahead, I already booked my ticket because I just wanted to see. And I wanted to know what was going on in Visayas. And syempre, I mean, sure there's the internet, but what better way to experience it than being there? And the good thing about Viva XCon is that there's so many artists gathering in the same place. And so Viva XCon, it's a whole week. Then meron silang events, meron silang Hiligaynon rap battle, meron silang boat tour. Yeah, sobrang saya.
Pero what's the art scene like in Visayas? Parang how different is it from Manila? Kasi Manila can be very Western, medyo hoity-toity. Pero I guess in Visayas, iba yung profile ng artist.
It's hard for me to speak up for Visayan artists, and yung position ko din as kung in terms of art criticism, siguro I'm also very wary of declaring or drawing assumptions about what they think, what the Visayan community thinks and feels. But based on what I've heard, kasi nga, after the events, syempre, conversing with artists, dun kayo sa beach, sunmig, tapos very serious conversations, and then magiging fun ulit. I learned a lot from being there. And what I noticed is they're trying to address nga, these questions of exhibition spaces pa lang. People were debating na, for example, one Visayan artist proposed na these Visayan artists should have a gallery in Manila to introduce Visayan art to Manila. Tapos maraming kumontra, tapos sabi niya. And different ways of asking how can we create avenues by which artists can sustain themselves, because even the question of sourcing their materials, it's mas mahirap pa lang, or even shipping works. Kunyari, pag may shows sa Manila, even the question of shipping works safely. Yeah, even the logistics is really, it's like the challenge for them is bigger than for people in Manila.
Right.
Yeah.
Very gallery-based, I guess, art.
I think that's very important, and that's one of the things Viva XCon is addressing, no? Yung hindi kailangan pumunta ng Manila yung mga artists. Right now, I can say in Iloilo, for example, and Bacolod, there are there's a growing art scene, mainly because they're senior artists. Hindi ko na sasabing mid-career, senior na rin sila. Charlie ko, no? Ako, baka magalit sa akin yun. Si Charlie ko, si Rock Drillon sa Iloilo, they actually have helped mentor young artists. Si Charlie has created a big space now. They call it Orange Project, which is much bigger than what they used to have, the Orange Gallery. And yung space parang museum na rin ang laki-laki, no? So with that, ang daming na nagagawa na mga projects with the local artists. Tapos si Manny Montelibano works with artists who do film or media-based works.
Okay.
No? So there is a growing, hindi lang growing, it's a big community of artists. And yun din yung gusto sana namin through the Ateneo Art Awards, not just through the writing prize, but hopefully, kasi yung call for nominations, it's nationwide naman, no? So we do receive nominations from outside of Manila.
Nice.
Well, Raniel Compra, for example, is based in Cebu.
Okay.
Although the work that was shortlisted was exhibited here, but it was done in Cebu. So, and then previously we had Colon, who's also a Cebuano-based artist, a street artist. So, slowly we're parang including works or artists outside of Manila. And that's why we really were happy when we read the essay that talked about Viva XCon. Kasi I was really hoping that there would be more entries that would talk about that particular event. No? So we were happy that there was one entry and it happened to be Mariah's.
Right. And I was while listening to what Mariah was saying, I found, or I appreciate how I'll use the word respectful. You were, or you are rather, towards trying to talk about the art scene and the artists dun sa Visayan region. You don't want to speak for them, I guess, no. And so that respect is important, lalo na sa mga Manilenyo, diba? We tend to be, well, maybe unintentionally imposing upon our other countrymen, right? No. And maybe on that note, could you read a bit of an excerpt from your essay?
Ayan, ito. Viva XCon in itself is an act of resistance, born out of a drive to, quote, to address the specific urgencies of Visayan artists and cultural workers persisting in the shadows of Manila's cultural imperialism, end quote, as stated on its website. Confronting these questions about institutional infrastructure, exhibition spaces, and artist sustenance go hand in hand with decentralizing Manila. Where does one begin but in their own neighborhood?
Ayun.
Right.
Pwede.
Thank you, Mariah. What can you say to, I guess, our students here in Ateneo who are taking up like art management, fine arts? What can you say about your particular craft of art criticism? Is it something that you would encourage somebody to get into? Yeah.
Well, as writers, and not just as art critics, pero ako, my practice as a writer and a media practitioner, it's important din to be a conduit for stories to be told or to bring things to the forefront. So for arts management, I would suggest na you should keep up with grassroots initiatives, artist-run spaces, especially outside of Manila. For example, sa Bacolod, there's House of Frida. Sa Iloilo, there's Mamusa Art Gallery. Marami din silang spaces doon. And yeah, to keep up with these, because things are really happening. And sometimes you just have to pay closer attention and go beyond your comfort zone within your geography and really make an effort because it really pays off. It's really worth it, and you learn a lot.
All right, and congratulations once again for winning the Purita Kalaw-Ledesma Prize. They were given to two winners this year. So one is Mariah, the other one is
John Alexis Balaguer, and so he's writing for. He'll be contributing. every other month, I think. Yep, biannual. Bi-monthly rather. Sa Art Asia Pacific
Art
magazine.
Asia Pacific magazine.
Yeah.
And you will also contribute to the Pero Verde,
Yes,
an
yes.
annual publication of the Embassy of Spain and the Instituto Cervantes. So congratulations, that is quite an accomplishment, Mariah. And I really wish that we could also feature her. Maybe ikaw and your sister, Tamia, who's
Oh my
an
gosh.
Ateneo student, could guest on our other show so we can hear your music. Is she part of your band? Si
No.
Tamia. But hi to Tamia. I promise I'd say hi
My
to her.
band is Thunders na.
Ah, ganun.
She was your student sa...
Yes, sa Intact si Tamia.
Yeah, her name is
in
familiar.
Third year? Tama ba? Third year ba siya po? Right. So, hi Tamia. Yeah.
Tamia Reodica.
So, congratulations to all of our winners for the Ateneo Art Awards and the exhibit. Ma'am Boots, can you tell us, is ongoing still until?
Yes, it's ongoing until October 27, and we have other ongoing exhibitions. As I said, printed, the AAG print collection revisited, curated by Panty Aviado, also on view. And then we opened the same time as we had the awarding at the ground floor galleries. In the arts wing of Arete, we have Yellow Ambiguities, which
That's
was
right.
curated by Father Jason D. and Carlo Mardawana, two fine arts professors here in Ateneo. So it's a very interesting exhibit because it focuses on the color yellow and in different contexts. No? So, and then forthcoming, you might have noticed we don't have the orange installation
Yes,
anymore.
we took it out
Yep,
already.
It ended last September 8. 5 months na rin yun.
Wow.
Kasi medyo kumukupas na rin. No? Tsaka talagang temporary yung program kasi nun eh.
Yes.
We have the outdoor installation program. We hold 2 in a year.
Okay.
So the second one is actually, we're launching it on October 13, featuring the works of Agnes Arellano, one of our important sculptors, practitioners in sculpture here in the Philippines. It's a retrospective of sorts because it will feature a number of her inscapes that were done from the 80s up to the 2000, early 2000.
Wow.
So magandang we've started working on with her now. And October 13, why the date? Because it's the full moon.
Okay.
That's a Sunday, and it's going to be an interesting event. We start at 5 p.m. and ang gusto nila kasi abutan ng dilim,
Ng
so
dilim.
magkakaroon ng parang happening doon.
Wow. Exciting.
We also are, after the Ateneo Art Awards exhibit, we're opening a big photography exhibition curated by Angel Velasco Shaw. She invited 31 artists to be part of this exhibition, and that's opening in November 24.
November 24.
So that's another exhibit that's we're looking forward to presenting to the public.
All right. So those are 2 dates we could put on our calendars. That's October 13 at dusk. No, 5 p.m. onwards. So may papel siguro ang buwan, no, dun sa art exhibit na ito. At the, what do we call that area again?
That's the amphitheater
The
area.
amphitheater. Yan. Masarap tumambay dyan eh. Kahit umuulan, may tumatambay dyan.
Okay din siyang evacuation area.
Okay din siya, evacuation
Yes.
area.
Napag-uusapan namin.
Nagamit namin yung evacuation area last time.
Okay.
And November 24 for our, it's a photo exhibit.
Photography. Artists who work with photography. So not just photographers, but artists, contemporary or artists who work with photography as a medium. Yun. And that's always a Sunday. So all our
Both
events are held on a Sunday para, again, walang traffic, hindi magrereklamo. Kasi kawawa yung mga bisita, di ba?
Yes,
Kung papapuntahin natin dito tapos isasubject sa traffic ng Katipunan at Ateneo. So, Sunday namin ginagawa ang mga events namin.
Marami mangyayari ng Sundays. Thank you to our guests. Also, our Ateneo Art Award.
Palakpakan natin
Palakpakan
sila,
natin. Henrielle Baltazar Pagkaliwangan. and Miss Mariah Reodica. Nabigla ko na-realize, both of you are from UP pala, no? UP
Yes.
Diliman. O yan.
Mga
We are
iska.
going up against UP Diliman sa UAP this coming Sunday. O, may game po ang Ateneo at saka UP. So, first time ata natin mag-meet sa first round.
Sa kanila na yung art, sa atin yung basketball.
Oo naman.
Okay lang ba yun?
Sobrang yun ang galing sa
It's fair game. It's fair
So,
game.
yan. So, we will see you Sunday. I also wanted to run through the list of games for both Wednesday and Saturday and Sunday. So, for
Wednesdays?
Ateneo, Wednesday, we have a 12:30 game against UE sa Mall of Asia Arena. So, it's UE versus ADMU. And then, wala tayong game on Saturday, but we will be back on Sunday against going up against UP. Ayan, at 4 p.m. at the Araneta Coliseum.
4 p.m.
Alright.
But again, so the Wednesday game is part of the Student Wednesdays promo.
Yes.
So again, the
you can
student
buy tickets for that.
Yes, no. So 3 games for the price of 1 ticket. That's a discounted price even, no, for the bleachers and the upper B. 35 pesos lang po, no. And the games, the 8 o'clock games are for the women's basketball. Then there's a 10:30 game, and then there's a 12:30 game, and the one on Wednesday is Ateneo
12:30.
versus
UE.
UE 12:30 sa MOA Arena.
MOA.
Arena. Ayan.
And other events to announce, we have something that's happening the whole week, 23 to 27, from
right.
our friends from the Office for Health Services. Office of Health Services, we have the Loyola Schools Quick and Healthy Nutrition Awareness Week, which kicks off, kick off today with the Quick and Healthy Wellness Profile booth, which is at the Social Sciences Foyer. Ayan. So that's on the whole week. And then they also have Quick and Healthy Food and Lifestyle Tips, How to Make Calories Count. That is a talk by Dr. Joel Popo Soler and Mr. Lorenzo Bonoan of Extra Rice Manila. That happens on September 24. That's tomorrow at 3 to 4 p.m. at Faber Hall 302.
Yes.
Ayan, sign up for that.
Yes, and then there's also another quick and healthy talk, no? Count as you cook your calories naman. This is happening on Thursday, brought to you by Mr. Juan Enrique Escobar of Fitness Improvement Team, or FIT, and then followed by a short talk by Coach Julia Sukgang, of Extra Rice na naman. Again, dun sa mga nakakita, yung rice dito is R-I-S-E. Hindi po kanin o bigas. And then there will be a response from our pediatrician, Dr. Mary Charmaine Marquez Rivera. So this is also happening from 3 to 4 p.m. but this time at the University Dorm Roof Deck. On the 26th, that's on Thursday.
Ayan. And also on Thursday, we have, this might interest you, Mariah, we have a lecture on publikong lektura sa pelikulang Pilipino.
Ayun.
That is hosted by the Department of Filipino, Kagawaran ng Pilipino. This will be held at the Leong Hall Auditorium from 5 to 7:30 in the evening. Okay, so I guess this is in line with the, we are celebrating the 100th anniversary of Philippine cinema, right? Centennial ng Philippine cinema. So I'm sure the Department of Filipino, Kagawaran ng Pilipino, has a lot to say about that. Pero wala tayong, hindi natin alam kung sino yung speakers for that. Yung publikong lektura sa pelikulang Pilipino. So anyway, do catch that at Leong Hall on Thursday, September 26th. And of course, the big event this week.
Yes, the big event this week is our celebration of the Feast of the Guardian Angels.
Yay! Palapakan naman for our eaglets.
Our eaglets.
Every year. Sumasakay kami ng caterpillar.
Tsaka octopus.
Ferris wheel.
Wala naman Ferris wheel.
Wala naman Ferris wheel.
Hindi ko maalam. Sana meron pa para safe naman yan. But it typically starts on a Thursday. Right?
Yes, this Thursday, the 26th.
So this 26th, and then it's open to the public, if I'm not mistaken, for the 28th.
That's right.
So it's also the family day.
So it starts Thursday until Saturday.
Friday, and Saturday.
Okay, but they will be having different rides, different booths for both food and non-food items. So yes, everybody is
Battle of the Bands. Yun ang sinasalihan namin dati.
ganon?
Oo.
Ako yung yung karera ng mga kabayo. may mga plastic na It's maraming mga fun booths dyan pag sa grade school, and of course the rides. So do enjoy it. That's open to the entire community and open to the public on Saturday. Tama.
Yes.
So there you go. Feast of the Guardian Angels. Happy Feast of the Guardian Angels to all of the Ateneo, not just to our friends from the grade school, but in particular, I guess, to
Sa'yo,
grade school.
pangalan mo, kapatid.
Bakit?
Michael.
Michael pala ako,
Michael ka, di ba?
Yes, that's my feast day also.
Yes,
all right.
yes.
So thank you again for joining us for this afternoon's episode for Atin Yan. We would like to invite you to join us for future episodes if you'd like us to talk about your upcoming events and activities dito lang po sa Ateneo de Manila University. You can email us at radiokatipunan@gmail.com.
Yes. And before we close the session, maybe our guests would like to do some personal shout-outs and greets sa inyong mga friends and family.
Yes, Henrielle. Sige, go ahead. Ikaw muna.
Yung may next show kami sa speaking of Viva XCon, meron kaming fundraising for the next year Viva XCon sa Orange Project.
Okay.
The title of the show is Fathom. The Monumental in Art. So lahat ng works ay big works, malalaki.
Ah, wow.
So
Okay.
this is on October 25. So kung sinong nasa Bacolod that time, kasi Mascara Festival season din yun.
Wow, saya. And you will have works
Yes.
this exhibited there.
October 25, yeah.
October 25. Yan. All right. And thank you, Henrielle. Wala kang gusto batiin? Mga fans mo at sa mga schoolmates? Oh, sige.
Family.
And you, Mariah, go ahead, please. Any events?
This Saturday, merong event sa Features Makati, Solidarity Beats Impunity, which is a night of electronic music to protest state attacks against farmers and to welcome Peasant Month. So, ayun, sana makapunta kayo.
Nice.
And I want to say hi to my 8 cats.
Hi, 8 cats.
They're tuned in right now.
They're tuned in right now.
Where can we catch your band? Do you have any upcoming gigs? The buildings?
The
Buildings. Our next gig is at Cassette Store Day, October 19, sa Limbo, Makati.
Nice.
Do you have a social media account that listeners
Buildings
could check out?
PH on Facebook and Twitter.
The buildings.ph.
The Buildings PH.
The Buildings
You can just search the
PH.
Buildings.
And you have songs on Spotify?
Yeah, our albums on Spotify.
Nice. Album. Bilang mga very good.
Yeah. Nandito
Alright.
nga pwede natin sila imbitahin.
Definitely,
Let's work
definitely.
something out.
Pwede.
Yeah. Live performance dito.
Thank you. All right, Mariah and Henrielle. And thank you also to Miss Boots.
Ma'am Boots, baka may gusto kayong batiin.
Hindi, meron akong dagdag na i-announce.
Pa-plug,
Meron
sure.
kaming, kasi you're talking about film. We actually have started the lecture series in collaboration with Lopez Museum.
Okay.
So sa September 28, the next talk will be about LVN pictures and the state of post-war cinema by no other than Nick De Ocampo, who has been a very prolific has done prolific research on Philippine cinema, no? So he's usually the go-to person for the centennial celebration of Philippine cinema. So this is actually parang part of that bigger program. So it will be held on Saturday at the Ateneo Law School in Rockwell. So for more information, just go to our website or Facebook page. No?
So it's a talk and a film screening of sorts, or
I
it's
think
more of a...
the way he would do it, he would show excerpts of films. So that's how he would do his lectures. And I know we're starting also, Arete is starting a series of lectures with him, which is happening in the next few months. So watch out for that.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Miss Boots. And more power to the Ateneo Art Gallery. Bisita po kayo soon. All right. And hi also to Jeter Sablayan. Sabi niya, stay tuned for Lundagin Mo Baby. Mamaya ba? Meron tayo. Lundagin Mo Baby po. Yan. Featuring Dr. Jovi at Sir Ron Kapinding. Follows us suit. So thank you so much for joining us for Atin Yan this week. This has been Cholo, Mallilin,
and Chris Castillo.
Maraming salamat, and we'll see you all again next week for more of Atin Yan.
Atin Yan. Catch the latest news about the latest happenings in and around the Ateneo. Atin Yan. Be in the know and get to know persons and personages in the Ateneo. Atin Yan. Atin Yan. Ateneo Yan. Atin Yan. Bye. Hi. Louis Goodbye.
3 o'clock prayer. You die.
crucified Jesus, but the source of life flowed out for souls, and the ocean of mercy opened up for the whole world. O fountain of life, immeasurable divine mercy, cover the whole world and empty yourself out upon us. O blood and water, which flowed out from the heart of Jesus as a fountain of mercy for us, I trust in you. Holy God, Holy Mighty One, Holy Immortal One, have mercy on us and the whole world. Holy God, Holy Mighty One, Holy Immortal One, have mercy on us and the whole world. Holy God, Holy Mighty One, Holy Immortal One, have mercy on us and the whole world. Amen. Jesus, King of Mercy, we trust in you.
Radyo Katipunan. News, insights, inspiration. Radyo Katipunan. Down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Sa Blue Eagle kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay atenista sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng buwela. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Kawan ni Ignacio, Katipunero, sugod, todo sa kayod, tulong at tulong, lipat na Blue Eagle, kanyang hindi nagigil, and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan.
Radyo Katipunan, 87.9 FM.
The club isn't the best place to find the lovers, at the bar is where I go. Me and my friends at the table doing shots, tripping fast and then we talk slow. Come over and start up a conversation with just me, and trust me, I'll give it a chance. Now take my hand, stop it, and the man on the jukebox, and then we start to dance. And now I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. Last night you were in my room, and now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. Well, I'm in love with your body. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Well, I'm in love with your body. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Well, I'm in love with your body. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Well, I'm in love with your body. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of when we came, we let the story begin. We're going out on our first date. You and me are thrifty, so go all you can eat. Fill up your bag and I fill up the plate. We talk for hours and hours about the sweet and the sour and how your family's doing okay. And leaving, getting a taxi, kiss in the backseat, tell the driver make the radio play. And I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. Last night you were in my room. Now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. Well, I'm in love with your body. 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 Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of you. Come on, be my baby, come on. 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 I'm in love with the shape of you. Push and pull like a magnet. Oh, my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. Last night you were in my room. Now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with your body. Come on, be my baby. Come on, come on, be I'm in love with your body. Come on, be my baby. Come on, come on, be I'm in love with your body. Come on, be my baby. Come on, be I'm in love with your body. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of you. It's gonna be a heavy night. Way too many drinks ain't even started. No need to apologize. We already know we're far from perfect. I fall to the curb. You laugh till it hurts. Who cares? We've been here so many times. We're all stumbling through the night. It doesn't matter. We're all together, and it's paradise in our minds. Falling together, arms around each other. I know you know me too. We're all stumbling through the night, but it's paradise in our minds. I know you. I can barely see in front of me. Strangers start to look like friendly faces. A little unsteady on my feet. Carrying the world is overrated. I fall to the car. You laugh till it hurts. Who cares? We've been here so many times. We're all stumbling through the night. It doesn't matter. We're all together, and it's paradise in our minds. Falling together, arms around each other. I know you know me too. We're all stumbling through the night, but it's paradise in our minds. I know you. Stumbling through the night, it doesn't matter. We're all together, and it's paradise in our minds. Falling together, arms around each other. I know you know me. easy. Wanna leave my old life behind. Not a yes sir, not a follower. Fit the box, fit the mold, have a seat in the foyer. Take a number. I was lightning before the thunder. Feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder, thunder. Kids were laughing in my classes while I was scheming for the masses. Who do you think you are? Dreaming about being a big star. They say you're basic, they say you're easy. You're always riding in the backseat. Now I'm smiling from the stage while you were clapping in the nosebleed. Thunder, 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 feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. 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 Lately, I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. But baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Yeah, we'll be counting stars. Like a swinging vine, swing my heart across the line. In my face is flashing signs. Seek it out and ye shall find. Old, but I'm not that old. Young, but I'm not that bold. And I don't think the world is sold. I'm just doing what we're told. I feel something so right, but doing the wrong thing. I feel something so wrong, but doing the right thing. I could lie. Everything that kills me makes me feel alive. I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Baby, I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. Baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. I feel the love and I feel it burn down down this river every turn. Hope is our four-letter word. Make that money, watch it burn. Old, but I'm not that old. Young, but I'm not that old. I don't think the world is sold. I'm just doing what we're told. I feel something so wrong. We're doing the right thing. I could lie, could lie, could lie. Everything that drowns me makes me wanna fly. I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. Baby, I've been playing hard. Say no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Baby, I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. Baby, I've been playing hard. Say no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Oh, take that money, watch it burn, sink in the river, the lessons I learned. Take that money, watch it burn, sink in the river, the lessons I learned. Take that money, watch it burn, sink in the river, the lessons I learned. Take that money, watch it burn, sink in the river, the lessons I learned. Everything that kills me makes me feel alive. I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. I've been playing hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Lately, I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. Lately, I've been playing hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Watch it burn, sing in the river, let's ride. Take that money, watch it burn, sing in the river, let's ride. Take that money, watch it burn, sing in the river, the lessons I've learned. Take that money, watch it burn, sing in the river, the lessons I've learned. You the queen,
You're the king, we get our aces up.
you the queen.
You're the king, we get our aces up.
Wanna die something like a roll in my house. You need more than enough to go smile about. Hey, hey.
I know what I need in a world of gold. We got our champagne rings and an endless cloud. We are the kings and queens taking our dances out. We got all we need, no new friends, no.
What you got?
Hey, follow me.
I follow you,
I ain't folding now. Follow me.
I holler you.
No, I ain't folding now.
Wanna die something like a roll in my house. You need more than enough to go smile about. Hey, hey.
I know what I need in a world of gold. We got our champagne rings and an endless cloud. We are the kings and queens taking our dances out. We got all we need, no new friends, no.
What you got?
When the sun goes down and when it comes back up, we got our aces out. We got our aces out. But when the sun goes down and when it comes back up, we got our aces out. We got our aces out. I know what I need in a world of doubt. We got our champagne rings and an endless cloud. We are the kings and queens taking our dances out. We got all we need, no new friends now.
close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? We were caught up and lost in all of our vices. In your pose as the dust settled around us, and the walls kept tumbling down in the city that we love. Great clouds all over the hills, bringing darkness from above. But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? Where do we begin? The rubble or our sins? Where do we begin? The rubble or our sins? And the walls kept tumbling down in the city that we love. Great clouds all over the hills, bringing darkness from us. But if you close